So in today's video, I'm going to show you a fantastic exercise to help work on both your left and right hand synchronization and also developing finger independence on your left hand. I came up with this exercise because one of my students has been working on getting up his speed, and he was doing this exercise that I see all the time on YouTube and Instagram that I personally despise. It's sometimes referred to as the spider exercise, and it looks like this. Where you just go up chromatically in a 4-fret range and you just keep going and going and going and going. You can do it all the way up the neck, and while this is sometimes can be a good exercise to do, I personally hate this exercise and never recommend my students to do it just because it's a really unnatural motion on the guitar. You're pretty much never going to just be playing 4 notes chromatically all the way up the neck. So what happens is it can give you this false impression of building speed and good technique, where if you go to play something that's actually based on a scale or something that's based on arpeggios, you're going to be way slower because this is basically like it's the easiest thing you could possibly do to try and do this, and it doesn't really translate to actual guitar playing. So the exercise that I've come up with is kind of similar to this one, but it makes you practice movements that you would actually do in isolation. So to do this exercise, I'll walk you through it slowly. What we're going to do is we'll do the same thing as the spider exercise. All of our notes are going to be in these 4 frets, but what we're going to do is we're going to work out 2 fingers at a time rather than just vomiting all 4 up the string. So to start this exercise off, we're going to start, everything's going to be based off of our pointer finger, and the way that I like to do this is I'll do 2 rounds all the way up and down the neck with just these 2 fingers, my pointer finger and my middle finger. So it would be, and I like to do 2. Now here, I'm going to switch to doing my pointer finger to my ring finger. Then it switches to my pinky. So what did I do? I'm practicing 2 fingers at a time, and this is where this also helps you develop finger independence on your left hand so that your fingers can be kind of more in control of what they're doing, which is wonderful because, again, if you do the spider exercise, again, you're just kind of flailing, blah, 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 and then going down, blah, blah, blah. So we're working 1 finger at a time. After we've done all of that, starting from our pointer finger, so again, let's say I'm doing it with my pinky. Now I'm going to switch to my middle finger and my ring finger. So middle finger and ring finger now go together. I do that again. Now, middle finger and pinky. Now, I'm going to go to my ring finger and my pinky. This is the hardest one. You will notice that this one is significantly harder to keep together than the others. Then after that, you could, of course, jump up a fret, which is what a lot of people do with the spider exercise, and do the same thing again. And again, why this exercise is so much more useful than just grinding through the spider exercise is that this works out every single finger combination you could use, and they're commonly used in all scale shapes. You'll find moves between all of these fingers. And again, the other benefit of this that you don't get from the spider exercise, because again, everything's linear going up or going down, is you have to work out individual fingers that are really, really tricky. Again, the ring finger and the pinky, even for myself, I've been playing the guitar for more than half my life, and I'm a professional musician. Sometimes that gives me a little bit of trouble too, just going through that. So I'm going to do the whole exercise for you now. Just, again, I'm going to do it slower so you can hopefully appreciate what's going on. And I'll try to talk while doing it, but sometimes I tend to screw up when I talk while doing it. So again, we start out with our pointer finger, and we're going to work out pointer finger, middle finger, then pointer finger, ring finger, then pointer finger, pinky finger, then middle finger, ring finger, all the way up, then middle finger, pinky, and then finally ring finger to pinky finger. So here's what the exercise looks like at a comfortable medium tempo. And again, I like to do each of these twice. hardest one. If you like, you can walk it back down. So now I went back to middle finger and pinky. Now this is going back to middle and ring. Then it would go to pointer finger and pinky. To pointer finger and ring. Finally, we're back down. So hopefully that exercise gives you an idea of some cool things you can do that'll work on your left hand finger independence and on your right left hand synchronization, because again, it's just a lot of constant alternate picking. Now, while this exercise is awesome, I find a tendency, both in myself and in my students, that when we find an exercise like this, we tend to like totally get excited about it and then we waste like an hour doing it. I wouldn't say that you should be devoting a ton of your practice time to this. I would say maybe do this for 10 minutes. If you're on a gig or something, you can use it to warm up. It's a great way to get all of your fingers involved. But all of the coordination exercises and all of these things that are kind of like technical drills, they're not really going to help you play better solos if you only focus on them. There's no substitute for actually practicing scales and real melodic material that you want to play. But I just see so many people going on about the spider exercise, and again, I think it's a flash in the pan. It doesn't really train you to do a bunch of great things. It teaches you to be really good and really fast at one specific thing while not improving many other areas of your playing. So that's been an exercise that I have complaints about, and I just wanted to put an alternative out there that I really like, and it's one that I'm going to be sharing with my students from now on. But if you enjoyed this video, I'd really appreciate it if you could like and subscribe. It truly helps me out more than you could know. If you want to take a guitar lesson with me, I have a link to get in touch with me down in the description there. I'd absolutely love to work with you on whatever's troubling you on the guitar. I've been working with a bunch of you guys all over the world from YouTube, and it's been super great to connect with you. If you want to support me in the free videos I put out on this channel, you can subscribe to my Patreon. All of my patrons get early access to videos, and they also get a bunch of cool behind-the-scenes stuff of what I'm working on, what I'm thinking about. So there's a link to that down in the description as well. Also linked down below is links to my ebook or my video course on triads, where you can again help support me in this free content I put out while also getting yourself some awesome educational content. And last but not least, I've got new videos coming out every single week, so I hope I'll see you in the next one, and until I do, I wish you a wonderful day, and I hope you have some fun playing the guitar. Thanks.